Duval. Till the day that I die. Till the nigga get it high. Ain't no harm in the side. Till I done gave it all I got for the city. I'ma ride, I'ma ride.
He gonna make it last forever.
It's Excuse the Duval and Me podcast back here in Duval County representing.
Yeah.
And I just can't believe the special guest we got with us today. We have
cold like that.
radio
I told you that.
royalty. Yeah, y'all gonna get it. Yeah, y'all gonna get it.
Oh, excuse the Duval and me. What it do though? Minshew.
What I'm saying is we're back here. We're doing it for the city. We're doing it for the county, Duval, and we're doing it for our Jacksonville Jaguars. And we have radio royalty here with us today, Mr. GeneDotCom with us. GeneDotCom, guys. Y'all need to get down here with us to 901 King Street on Tuesdays, Jazzy's Restaurant and Lounge, 901 King Street. And he's back smelling like a vacation, isn't he? He's back freshly married from his nuptials in Las Vegas, Nevada. How does it feel to be a married man now? Congratulations, everybody. He's back from Las Vegas.
Congrats. Big ups on that.
Thank you. It feels good. Happy to be here. Definitely still a little jet lag from the trip, but all in all, I wouldn't have been anywhere but here. So thank y'all, and let's get into it.
Yes, sir. Let's do it.
I know we had it later, but I want to go ahead and talk about it now because I'm pretty sure it's fresh on your mind. The foundation for your son that you were telling me about. Go ahead and tell us something about that.
Last October, unfortunately, it was the untimely demise of my son, Desmond White. He was killed due to gun violence here in our city. 24 years old, my first and only son. Meant the world to me. Our relationship was, like a father and son relationship should be. And someone took his life because of jealousy. With that being said, I've been inspired to do a foundation for him. It's called Desmond's Village. One of the things that Desmond's Village is going to key on is, first and foremost, being an undergird for family with supplies during that time of need in case, someone else is stricken of gun violence in their family. But I also want to turn it into a curriculum that can be used in an after-school course. I want to teach conflict resolution. That is something that is definitely needed. I also want to incorporate different agencies from the standpoint of a funeral home, a funeral director, what happens in that process, detectives, what happens in that process, medical examiners, what happens in that process, so everybody could get a full spectrum of what happens when, because a lot of kids don't know, and I want to catch the young ones that's coming up to give them some sort of hope. Because, a lot of the streets right now, their code is, hey, we're just living to die. There's no hope anymore in our community. So that's what Desmond Village is about. I hadn't officially launched it yet, but I will say this is the first platform that I've ever spoke about it on.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.
The first platform.
That's big, man.
So.
Yes, and that's really what we're trying to do here. It's not just about sports. It's primarily we're a bunch of sports nuts that got together and decided to do this, but it's also because we got a love for the city, and we definitely wanted to address some of the problems that we've been having, especially close to Rains High. I know it's close to your heart. It's close to mine, and with the whole north side, and definitely we want to try to figure out something because these youth are just killing each other, and it doesn't make any sense.
Right. And it's because of lack of hope.
Yes,
so we got to put hope back into the youth.
I love everything that you just said about, first of all, thank you for coming on here and sharing that with us and with our audience. First and foremost, I really appreciate that because I know that that's something very close to your heart, very personal to you. And it's just very personal to me just hearing about it. And I would love to be a part of it in any kind of way. So you please let us know what you need. And if you come back, and we'll continue to go on and give promotion and different things like that. So whatever you need, we will be there for you and your family with that. Because you're doing that for other people's families, because people are getting touched by that. It's not just, oh my God, it's not just you, and it's not just your family.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So if we could get that as early as possible into the schools and into the curriculum to let people know the full effect and hardship and the brevity and depth of how that reaches different people at different times and get counseling and healing for our souls. So
Absolutely.
that is something really great, and I'm just glad to be a part of that really right now from you sharing that with us.
No doubt.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Well, let me go ahead and make sure that I introduce the panel again. We have Remo Will Win. We have GeneDotCom with us as a special guest and host. We have Jahari J. the Great.
Yay.
He's excused the Duval in me, but he's about Georgia and the Falcons' life. But please make sure that you understand that he's still about Duval. You can still have your team and your team colors, but you still have to be about Duval all at the same time, and it can be done.
Man, the Falcons
and
suck.
We still have with us Cap One, a.k.a. Minshew, Gardner Minshew in the house with us decked out all the way. Okay, he say I said it and I meant you, and I excuse the Duval in me, and that's what we're talking about. That's what we're about. Just everybody just coming together to just
Thanks for having me, Sage.
Happiness and growth and hope, like Gene was saying, in our city and in our community and everything Duval. That's what we're about. We're about the black voice. We're about all people's voice, but we want to make sure that we are also heard. So we have introduced the cast, and now we're going to go ahead and start moving into some topics. And the first one, Cap was saying that he wanted loyalty, 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 but we're going to go with loyalty inside my DNA, Kendrick Lamar. So why
you can't
is
be
it so
replaced.
hard to build a die-hard fan base here in Jackson, Duval County? Why is it so hard?
Take
I
off,
personally
bro.
don't think that it's hard. I think that we have a diehard fan base because we always show up. I think where it kind of gets misconstrued at is Duval is the town that if we love you, we love you. If we don't like something that you're doing, we're going to let you know emphatically we don't like it. A lot of people struggle to make it out to the stadium, whether it be job, whether it be finance, whether it be kids, whatever it be, but they're still there. I'm not a fan of booing players.
Boo.
But we have to understand there is an emotional to this. People are really, really attached to Jacksonville. I mean, everywhere you go, you're going to hear somebody, Duval. It was a guy in, I think it was Forever Jaguars today, and it was saying, hey, want to meet up and tailgate for the upcoming Denver game.
Yeah.
And it's so many people that want to travel, so the diehard fan base is there. I think our opinions, when they come out, the way they come out, it may seem like, we ain't really rocking with you, but we still rocking with you because we got to know that something went away from what we actually wanted to happen.
I second that. I think that there is a fan base. I think, from my perspective, we've rode this train of hope with our team for a long time, and every year it's we got newness. We have this player. We've had a lot of dynamic players come through. We hadn't, in my opinion, had a great crop of great players together consistently. I wasn't a fan of how some players were being looked at off the field, but they gave big production on the field. But because of different personality differences and changes over the years, they got rid of those players. Some of those players went on to other teams to win Super Bowl rings with those teams. All right? So I just think that we've had, a couple of years ago, and forgive me because I'm not as the sports enthusiast as all of you are, but when we made it to the game right before the Super Bowl, what was that, the AFC Championship, that was the closest we had been in several years. So with that, and us we came off of that high, and we thought that, hey, we were going to come right back the next year and get back. Like, that was supposed to be our season to win the Super Bowl. But it didn't manifest itself. And not only did it not manifest itself, we had a sucky season. So that then causes the fans to say, I'm going to stay home, or I'm going to do that. And then, we did have a white elephant in the room with Kaepernick and that situation, and taking a knee and the social injustice with all of that. So we dealt with a whole lot. One of the things that I would like to see moving forward from a marketing standpoint with the Jaguars is to include people of color that look like us, because we are the ones that they appreciate our dollars. Okay? And let's be clear. Our dollars is the 11th most powerful country in the world, is the black dollar, period. We got to start, being advocate for change in that department. What do we want to see here at home at the stadium? What do you have for us as a culture besides the Bud Zone? Is there something that makes us feel a part other than the apparel? Get us involved. I think that will, get rid of the line of divisions. More of us will start coming out to embrace whatever the ticket price is. And this is not to say that this is the standard. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is I see more involvement in other cities, with the football team. The culture is, it's combined. It's not anything split when it comes to the NFL in those cities with the team. So, right.
I'm going to just say this and then I'm going to dip out. I got way more loyalty than you casual Jags fans will ever have. That's where it starts at. You got too many casuals and not enough diehards. Y'all only gotta select a few diehard fans who can name old school Jags and the current Jags players. When you actually think about it, like, you guys are a pretty good team, and the support you guys get is actually kind of like sad, because however much we choke, I'm a Falcons fan. Once you guys get that camaraderie as a whole, instead of making everything a functional, or just a function, I should say, I think everything will pick up from there. But other than that, everything's good with you guys. I don't think there's really not any loyalty with the team, but with the fans. But I believe, though, it could be better. I'm going to let Mr. Minshew get his words in. I know he's ready to get right.
I mean, it's a 50-50 thing with me. I do see some people that are locked in, but then again, it's hard to argue with. We play in September with the Chiefs game, perfect example. It was scorching hot out there. If I told you that they was going to go out there and do what they did, the defense, and get beat up like that, how many people honestly would have left the comfort of their home to go sit out there in the sun and watch that? If not, like most people, they going to watch half and they going to dip out. Like Gene said, we don't have anything to really make us want to come out except we're going to the game. And then now, to me, when I go, it's more of it's like the second party on Sunday. Like, everybody's there more so like the club. They like, I don't even think they dressing for the game. Yeah, I don't even think they dressing for the game no more. It just so happened that the Jaguar thing sexy. Because, like, man, in the Bud Zone, I was like, oh, man, I thought somebody was going to tell me to sip, tip, or dip. I'm talking about, boy, it was booty meat loose in there. So, I don't know, man. I mean, I think we could do some things that help, like, that next generation, like my son, to fall in love with the team, so that we do have those years when we still come out. We still show up, whether we go 6-10 or we go 10-6. It shouldn't really matter, but it does, and it's hard to convince and talk people into spending their dollar the way you want them to.
Okay, well, I know we usually try to stick to our platform and our structure, but that's a perfect segue into one of our other questions, the land of the lost. Because we recently viewed the recent first-round pick, Josh Allen, doing an interview, and he said that he was going down to Orlando to have a good time with his family. He had to travel 2 hours away to have a good time with his family. And he's shouting out Universal Studios, and Universal Studios is shouting out back to him. We have nothing here, really, for anyone of that caliber to enjoy a good time out and about. They always have to jet off to somewhere in Miami or in Atlanta. And that's what I want us to be able to have here in Jacksonville, is to have a nightlife, a space created and growing in the development of the city and in the county. So that's exactly what we're talking about, is about having better here. And I hope that we can try to bring more light and shine more light into why we've created this podcast in the first place, to have a voice and to say that we're looking for more out of the city.
You take the black dollars coming together to make that happen. Shad Khan can't do it by himself. Well, he could, but right. But if we as the black community pool our dollars together to say, hey, we want to do this, and we're not just making a Facebook post about it, or we're not just tweeting about it. We're actually showing up in numbers, showing up with a plan, structure, and the dollars to back it. It cannot be denied then. But what we're doing, and I've done it myself. I've sat back the same way, like, man, all that land downtown, all them old rich white folk own it. They don't want to do nothing with it, man. We could be popping just like the next city. But I haven't did the research to find out how I can invest not one single red cent into Lot J.
That's what the Department of Development of Downtown, that's what they're supposed to be doing. And they're trying to do some things. We're looking at doing Lot J, but everybody can't pile up downtown. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, we all can't just be in Lot J. We need some other things, but we definitely need some high-tech businesses to come in and build up the structure of downtown and the outside surrounding areas and the satellite cities, Orange Park, whatever it is. But we need to be able to bring some things back to Jacksonville, especially in the downtown general area. Everything's moving out to the town center. You got to dang near drive 30 minutes, almost an hour to go and try to get some kind of fashions,
Historically, Disney World should have actually been in Jacksonville. Years ago, Walt Disney approached the city in putting the established, what we know it today as Disneyland, here in Jacksonville, because Jacksonville is the outlet to, South Georgia and everything above, coming into Florida. We are the first city. So that was the plan, but then the city actually shut that down. They had no choice but to move it to Orlando, and look how Orlando has thrived because of it. With that being said, I agree with everybody that's spoken on the panel in regards to this subject matter. We do have to be prepared as blacks to put our money together, purchase some land of value, and create a situation for ourselves. Because as to echo what you said, Shad Khan, he does have a very intelligent business strategic plan that I feel is going to bring a lot of economy benefits to the city. However, if we're not in a position financially, we're not going to reap the benefits of that. And we got to pay attention to that. Like, we get caught up, as a people, in so many other things as distractions. And the important things are going on around you. And then before you know it, you look up and your neighborhood doesn't look like the neighborhood that you grew up in. Exactly. And it's already here. So my advice, first and foremost, listen, if, Big Mama passed, don't sell Big Mama house. Whoever's in charge of it, keep that in the family, okay? So that your kids or grandkids great grands will have a place of heritage to say, hey, my great grandfather built this house, and I'm keeping a hold of it, and you're keeping it in the family. That is what's important. As far as us providing entertainment for ourselves, if we can come together and say, hey, let me get with you because you got the land, and let me get with you because you're the contractor. Let me get with you, and we can actually build. The trust factor plays a part in that as well, but that's a whole nother episode. But I just want to say that I agree with you all. I want to see our city thrive. I love my city. Yes. I absolutely love it. If I could have been born anywhere else, it would have been Jacksonville, Florida. These are facts.
Duval.
All right. I'm taking us out. All right. Well, we'll be right back, folks, after this. Going to take a quick break. Stay tuned.
Till the day that I die, till the nigga get high, ain't no harm in the sound. Till I done gave it all I got for the city, I'ma ride.